Oh, howdy all, grab yourself a drink. It is time for some Path of Exile discussion. It's been a long time since we've had any discussion about upcoming teaser season, and 3.23, we've got the very first information today, which is the timeline. Now, reading between the lines, it looks like 3.23 is going to be launching on either the 1st of December or the 8th of December. And that assumes that your time zone is similar to that of the contiguous United States, i.e. league start for you is on a Friday. If, like me, you're in Australia or a similar time zone, you could add one day onto that, so December 2 or December 9. And the reason that I say this is that Grinding Gear Games specified that it's going to be launching early in December, but additionally they mention that the live stream announcement is going to be in November. The live stream announcement is almost always 8 days before the league start. So for that reason, the only dates that would fit would be the 1st of December and the 8th of December. The rationale for this is 3.23 has had a little bit of scope creep, and Grinding Gear Games specify here that with 3.23 scope being ambitious, they need a few extra weeks to finish what they've planned for it. It'll be really interesting to see what they've come up with here. The core game's been in a really good spot since 3.20 enhanced the Atlas, and also the changes to Eldritch Altars that happened around that time. Personally, I'd love to see the Searing Exarch / Eater of Worlds system expanded to add an additional Eldritch influence in, but I also have no say on the scope of what the expansion's going to be, so I'm as in the dark as you are on that. Now, one of the consequences of this is that because the Ancestor League is getting extended considerably, Grinding Gear Games are going to be running some November events here. As always tends to happen, once you get to the middle of a league, player numbers have started to fall off in the Ancestor expansion. The players who burn out the quickest are the players who play the most, and these events are going to be catering to them. This is about the players who have already finished everything they want to do in the Ancestor expansion, giving them something that they can do until 3.23 comes along, and also potentially providing a new way to play the game that's quite different to the base game for other people to experiment with as well. So that's going to be the end of league events. They're going to be running through much of November, and there'll be more information on this in a couple of weeks' time. One thing I expect to see here, we'll probably see a repeat of the perennial favourite Endless Delve, but as for the other ones, I've got no idea. Grinding Gear Games, if you are listening to this, I would strongly encourage you to run Endless Delve as the second of these three events. That way, if you're doing two that are just simply the core game plus additional monsters, things along the line of a Mayhem or a Turmoil event, those two events can be quite similar to each other, and that means that you can spread them out with a week in between them. There'll also be more information coming out about Path of Exile 2 during the live stream that's coming up at the end of November, so that's something to keep in mind. There'll be a whole lot of extra information on that. Finally, Grinding Gear Games are giving some advance notice that they're going to be rotating the core supporter packs. So the core supporter packs are the ones that they bring out once a year, and the current top one is the one with the Atlas Hideout and the Voidborn Reliquary Key commissions in it. So that one's going away and will probably be replaced by something equally good next year. I really hope that they manage to find a worthy successor to the Voidborn Reliquary Key as an idea. I think their intention with the Voidborn Reliquary Key was to come up with something that was similar to divination cards in feel, but that didn't have as much of an impact on game balance and didn't have as much of an impact on how rare items were within the game as divination cards have. I'm hoping that they manage to think of something that is a worthy successor to this going into the future. Anyways, that is the news today on the 3.23 expansion timeline. I'm going to leave it there. May your Varlobs and your Voidborn Reliquary Keys have interesting results.